Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back yet again, episode 9 of the First and Inches Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Michael LeBron, here with my fantastic co-host, Mr.
Aiden Florsher.
Welcome back. Quick turnaround. 2 episodes in a couple days.
Oh, we're trying to get bi-weekly posts out on the reg, honestly, especially during the football season.
Not bi-weekly. Bi-weekly would be every other week. We want to do 2 a week.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You know what I'm saying. We're trying to get 2 out of
double posts.
Trying to get double posts, especially during the football season, because we're trying to do like you're seeing previews and
recaps.
So, yeah. I mean, expect that for the next month or so, and then we'll probably throw in maybe a baseball video.
We're definitely going to do a baseball episode because playoffs coming up around the corner. But I mean, football's a hot topic, obviously, right now. So we're going to stay on that for a little bit.
Yeah, and honestly, there's no reason for us to talk about baseball at this moment. It's pretty much nothing really exciting until Judge hits the record home run and postseason starts. I'm okay.
Yeah. So we're going to dive right into Week 3 here. It's Thursday. We're recording this a little bit before the Thursday night game. We'll see if this comes up before the Thursday night game. See if it uploads in time.
Yeah, it'll probably come out right as the Thursday night game is kicking off if we're thinking about it here.
Yeah, but we'll dive right into it with the Thursday night game. The Browns play the Steelers in Cleveland. They're 4.5-point home favorites. What do you think here, Mr. Florsher? Let's get right into it. But enough with the BS.
I'm not BSing this pick, bro. Browns minus 6.5 or 4.5. I'm sorry. I thought I saw 6.5 in some places, but I might have been tweaking. But 4.5 is even better in my opinion.
You're thinking of that boost you saw. That was Steelers plus 7.5.
Yes. The absolute trap of the year. So, again, TJ Watt is the Steelers team. He's not playing. They're going to be horrible.
He's their pass rush.
Yeah, they're just not going to be the team they were with him, obviously. Like we said this 3 episodes in a row, and I'm just going to repeat it until he comes back. Fade the Steelers until TJ Watt comes back. Just do it.
He's their pass rush. He's their entire defense. I mean, you saw Week 1, he just completely wrecked that game. He had a couple sacks on Burrow, that crazy pick. And they come out last week, they lose at home to the Patriots. So, I mean, I'm on the Browns here.
Me too, and I think it's a short line because
it's not even a short line, though. Everyone's
4.5?
For someone to win, I guess, but you would figure that Pittsburgh would be a little bit shorter here against Jacoby Brissett, wouldn't you? But it's also no TJ Watt. Trubisky stinks.
No, when you think of how they played last week, it was an absolute shit show, and the Browns lost that game. I think that a lot of people are going to undervalue them because of that recency bias. They're not that bad. Jets have good skill players. Garrett Wilson is good.
And that was just an absolute collapse. You can't let that happen.
Yeah, it's football. Things are going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, we both think short week for the Browns, right? They're going to turn it around good, and they'll
good
play
run
well.
Game. Their defense should not – hopefully they don't allow 30 points to Trubisky. I mean, just when you think about it, traditionally, if you saw the Steelers just 4.5-point dogs to the Browns, everyone's like, oh, the Steelers easily. But when
I would have took that if TJ was playing, no doubt.
But the line wouldn't be – it'd be shorter if TJ was playing.
Exactly. It'd be 2.5.
If that. So, I mean, I'm on the Browns here. Short week. I'll take the home team.
Me too. So, matching on the first pick, which is cool. I'll go down riding with you. I don't think Steelers are the right pick here or for the rest of the season for that fact. I was kind of riding high on him until – yeah. But who knows when he's coming back? So,
or maybe Pickett starts playing and he's a guy. But
that would be
right
cool
now I'm fading the shit out of the Steelers.
Let's move on to Sunday 1 p.m. In the first game, we have Chiefs minus 5.5 at the Indianapolis Colts. What do you think about this, Mr. O'Brien?
I'm going to take the Colts plus 5.5 here. Before we really get into this, I had a little stat that I wanted to throw out there before we really dive into the games. And it does fit this game, too, because this is a home underdog. Home underdogs, there are 9 this week, ties a record for most in a Week 3 in the last 30 years. For the last 30 years overall, Week 3 home underdogs, 40-82 straight up, and 58-62-2 against the spread.
That's pretty, that has some weight to it, honestly, because there's a lot of games in that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like a little less than 500 against the spread, so I'm not too taking into account the spread that much, because it's obviously under 500, but it's not like crazy.
No, but the straight up.
Yeah, it's an interesting trend. What was it, 20 and 82 or something? Yeah, 40 and 82. My apologies. So I would never take the Colts straight up here, but I think this is a Vegas game. I mean, the line was at 6.5. The line was at 6.5. It moved to 5.5. Even though the Chiefs are getting all the money, obviously. I mean, as they should. They're clearly the better team. They're much better than the Colts. The Colts have looked like shit the first couple of weeks, but the Colts do get Pittman back. It's an Indy. Chiefs defense hasn't looked like it looks good, but it hasn't looked like absurd. I mean, we'll see. I think this game will be close. Everyone's going to be taking the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to be like a survivor pick this week for a lot of people too, I think. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to be contrarian here. Take the Colts with the points at home on a bounce back.
Totally respectable pick and analyzation of this game. I see all the points you're coming from, but I'm going to have to respectfully fade that pick and go with the Chiefs minus 5.5, man. And I think I'll take this line all the way up to 7 if it does go up that far. I don't think it is because, like you said, it already went down. But yeah, there's still time.
7. I can see it going back to like 6.5, but I don't think it touches 7.
I know it's very fishy, but it's Mahomes versus Matt Ryan. And Matt Ryan's looked like a early dementia onset patient. So
I might be overthinking this. You're probably right, but
I just think this game shouldn't be overthought. Like I get Falcons have good skill guys, but the Chiefs.
I mean the Colts, not the Falcons. You're thinking last year, Matty Ice.
Yes, I'm tripping. So I just think that the Colts are very outmatched here in almost every way of this game, just because of Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? If they go down by 2 scores, it doesn't matter. They can't hold them off for that long.
But the Colts have a run game and some semblance of a defense. So I mean, I think they're a team that could play with the Chiefs a little bit.
But even if the Colts do go up by 2 scores, they're not out of it. The Chiefs, I don't think they have
But that's why I would never take them to win this game. But give me the points here.
The points, okay, that's respectable.
Let's hit the next one. Bengals are 6-point road favorites playing at Jet Life this week.
Icky. This game is gross.
They lost to New York last year. They lost to Mike White-led Jets at MetLife.
I was at that game.
Really? Oh, yeah, you were at that game. Probably
I saw Mike White literally
fan.
walk on. No, I left it in the third quarter.
Really?
Before they won.
Did you take the Bengals or something? Okay, yeah.
In my survival pool and $70 on alternate spread.
And you had to watch Mike White just float in person. Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. He was walking on water, and I was just standing around Jet fans. I told my girlfriend, I'm like, yo, we got to get out of here.
We got to leave.
And she's a Jet fan, so she was kind of pissed, honestly. But
yeah, that's kind of a dirtbag move, honestly, on your part.
But then again, thank God I didn't see the win. They were losing until I left the stadium. So I might have.
You're probably also more of a dirtbag if you watch your survivor pool blow up in person.
Yeah, honestly, I'd feel like even more of a scumbag than. No, let's just move on to the game and the recap. So I'm gonna go Bengals minus 6 here. No regrets.
No.
I think
Listen. T-S. Jets.
I wouldn't take the Jets plus 700 against the Pee Wee football team from Belmore. I swear on my life. The Jets are that sad of an organization. They could blow any game at any time. So
I fully agree with everything you just said there, but this is more of me just fading the Bengals the way they're playing right now.
I have some good trends.
Jets.
I have some good trends.
Hit me with the numbies.
I know this also comes from a playoff run, but the Bengals have covered the spread in 8 of their last 10. 5 of their last 6 games on the road are 14-6 in their last 20 games following up a loss. So let me say that again. They're 14-6 against the spread in their last 20 games following a straight up loss. So
that's pretty good.
I mean, the numbers are favoring them here against a favorable matchup. I think that they're probably going to jump on this to maybe try to turn their season around or something. And
this could blow up in my face. I'm not going to deny that.
A very interesting stat that I saw is that Cincinnati is also 14-3 against the spread in its last 17 Week 3 matchups.
That's a pretty crazy
very
trend.
Interesting. Yeah. Let's just face it. Joe Flacco had his moment last week. It's over. There's nothing better he could do. He literally had his climax. He came already. He's probably just going to pull his pants up and walk home.
Smoke a cigarette.
You know
and
what
go
I'm
to
saying?
Sleep. Yeah.
And also, I have another theory that's going to happen.
Hit me with hit me, Alex Jones.
Joe Burrow is going to start Bounty Gate number 2 this week against Joe Flacco, and it's going to be like $7,000 to knock him out of the game. $8,000 for
$8,000. These dudes make
card off.
$50,000 game checks, bro. You think $8,000 is going to swing?
Listen,
them?
It's got to be a little more it's got to be a little like penny change now. It can't be traceable. You know, the Saints got busted for that a while ago.
I'll buy you a watch if you knock out Joe Flacco.
If you end Joe Flacco's career, I'll get you a nice steak dinner in like the most expensive restaurant.
We're going to Peter Luger's if you break Joe Flacco's leg, is what you're saying. You think Joe Burrow's plotting up a scheme like that right now?
Dude, I'm not even kidding. I think he's plotting some sort of absolute demonic scheme that is going to come out in a few years, and we're going to.
You think he's on demon time?
Yeah, I think he's beyond demon time at this point. I think he's psychotic.
What do you think his scheme is?
So
I need you to elaborate on this theory because I'm very confused as to where this is coming from. Anytime I see Joe Burrow, I don't think demonic scheme. I'm like, oh, that dude is the swaggiest white guy I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't think, oh, this dude's plotting on downfalls.
Listen, he got his appendix taken out, and a lot of researchers have been saying that that's the link to the brain being socially aware. And with him without it, I've seen changes.
So you think he took out his appendix? Okay, that's reasonable.
No,
you think
but
he's going to change him completely as a person? You think he's going to turn into like an evil piece of shit now?
Nah, I saw needle marks on his arm, dude. I swear to God, I don't know what that was from.
Maybe he did acupuncture. What do you think he's shooting up to get tested? He probably got like suction cup therapy or something.
It could have been the vaccination. It could have been heroin. I don't know.
Let's stop with these harebrained Joe Burrow theories and move on to the next. I don't think Joe Burrow's doing heroin or planning a demonic downfall.
Well, the thing is, him doing heroin and him being a junkie, living paycheck to paycheck, is making him do demonic schemes against Joe Flacco.
You think he's buying like $300,000 worth of heroin a week?
Is that fair? Is that it summed up pretty much?
What, you think he's spending his game checks on drugs? The dude makes like $7 million a year. He's making $400K a week at least.
You don't know what I'm saying. He's living paycheck to paycheck, buying meth and heroin, doing it.
If he spent all his money, if he bought $200,000 worth of meth, he'd have enough to fucking last him a lifetime, bro.
But he's pushing it. He's pushing it. He's the kingpin of Cincinnati.
Like that receiver on the Cowboys who got caught selling with Pat. Oh my God, what was that guy's name, bro? I'm gonna give that a Google. There was some Cowboy receiver 10 years ago who got caught with selling weight. He had coke and everything. It was crazy. Sam Hurd. On December 14th, 2011, Hurd was arrested in Chicago for allegedly attempting to purchase and distribute large quantities of cocaine and marijuana.
That's literally Joe Burrow. I saw him hanging out with that dude.
Sentenced to 15 years in prison. Joe Burrow and Sam Hurd were chilling. They were plotting. Yeah. Let's move on. This is insane. This is off the rails completely. Let's talk about the next game.
Joe Burrow and Joe Hurd plotting on Joe Flacco. That is the greatest headline of all time.
He's trying to flood the Jets locker room with that cocaine. He wants Quinn and William on the sidelines. Come on, man. I need more of that. Just throwing him off completely.
I had a great drive.
Yeah. Give me ball. Let's go on to the next game. Ravens going to New England. 2.5-point favorites against the Patriots in New England. I'm going to take the Ravens here. I think this is a weird line also. I mean, New England at home is always pretty good. We know Belichick's just a defensive whiz. But I just think the Ravens are significantly better. And I think this is like one of those games that I'm sure the public's going to be all over this. But I think this is one of those games that we get a Vegas gimme this week. That there's always games that the public wins on. Even so far this year, the public's been winning a decent amount. But
all the time. I mean, they win like 2 big games a week. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 like 85ers. Just so that gambling is like, they could say it's fair.
Exactly. Well, I'll take the Ravens here. I think they're just a better team. They're pretty banged up, but Lamar's such a juggernaut. They're not going to have to cover anyone like Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle this week. So, I mean...
Sleep on Nelson, bro.
He did eat last week, but he's not. It's not.
Sleep on Aguilar.
I mean, Nelson Aguilar and Devontae Parker lining up is a lot different than Hill and Waddle. A lot different.
Yeah. They'd probably have to get some of that cocaine in them to be as fast.
They'd probably have to hit up Joey Burrow.
Yeah.
Who do you think covers this one? What's your hot take?
No doubt.
Yeah, I was kind of split on this one. I could see both sides of this.
Crazy trend here. Baltimore is winless when they're minus 2.5-point favorites away from home.
Exactly 2.5?
Yeah.
2.5 or more away from home. Is that no, recent?
As 2.5.
No, the stat says or more on the sheet. Maybe you're reading it wrong.
Or more away from home. And in last season, like they're just not as good away as they are home in last season.
They're banged up right now still.
Baltimore was 3-5 overall and 3-5 against the spread away. So, and I think that this matchup is closer than people think. At first, you're like, holy shit, this is the weirdest line I've ever seen. And then you're like, you deep dive and you're like, okay, makes a little more sense.
Yeah, I respect both sides of this. This is a weird one. I don't think I would take this game with any confidence.
Because it's really a fun game to watch, though.
And the Pats' offense is so inept, though. Like even if the defense plays well, they're probably not going to keep up with Lamar.
Ravens' defense sucks.
I know, but the Pats' offense is run by Joe Judge and Matt Patricia.
The absolute studs.
They've scored 24 points in 2 weeks.
What do you think they could clean together, combined?
What, power clean?
Yeah.
Patricia, I'll give him like a plate on both sides. Because I don't think that dude's done any physical activity in years.
So that's like 135, okay.
Mm-hmm. Joe Judge is definitely like a weird psychopath, so he probably can clean a little bit. I'll give Joe Judge 315, 3 plates.
I think our offensive and defensive coordinators could out-clean them, high-key. No doubt.
Mike Kafka, maybe. Wick Martindale power cleans 800 pounds, though, 100%.
With one arm.
Yeah, with like just fucking heavy metal playing in the background. Definitely has like a bandana on. Yeah, just like
he's a real American.
She was a one-night stand. Just a little AC/DC pumping.
And he's playing the air guitar. You know?
Yeah, exactly. In between reps, the dude's a hammer. But we'll get to the Giants later. Let's move on to the next game. This game,
we'll probably be split on this game as well.
Let me lead off with this one because if you're listening to the podcast, you've heard about the scrotum play of the week.
These are kind of both of our wagons, though.
I know this is I'm rolling with my wagon right now,
and I'm rolling with mine.
I'm doing 2 scrotum plays this week. This is the first one. A full scrotum this week.
I think it should be called a ball sack.
Yeah, you're right. It is I'm doing the ball sack this week. So here's the first pick of the ball sack. Dolphins, 5.5-point dogs at home to the scorching hot Buffalo Bills. I'm going to ride the Fins here, man. There's so many numbers that back this up I've seen. Plus, I've been on the Fins all year. I'm going to keep riding them until the wheels fall off. I love McDaniel. McDaniel is, outside of Dable, is my new favorite coach in the NFL, without question. Dude definitely just like smokes heaters at halftime. He's like, "Come on, guys, we got to run zone better." And then
if I was you, I'd be out there and I'd be catching that point. I'd be catching that touchdown. He's just a weird dude.
He's a man. He's a genius, though.
He kind of rubs me the wrong way. He always has.
All right. I think he's just like a quirky genius. He kind of rules. He's definitely like you're not your typical football coach at all. He goes against like everything that you think of in a traditional like football guy kind
Which
of.
is cool, honestly. I
It is
respect
cool.
that.
He looks like a dweeb. He has like 5'9" glasses, has like a weird mustache, but he's a legend.
Yeah, I respect it.
Just making NFL coaches look like idiots consistently for the better part of the last decade. But let's move on.
He's beaten 2 great coaches, so
First 2 games as head coach, pretty impressive.
So like for me, I'm gonna
let me hit you with these numbers. I want to hit you with these numbers.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I didn't realize. I thought you were moving on.
No. I'm harping on the Finns a little bit here because they've been my wagon so far. Tua as a dog in his career, 8-3 against the spread. Regardless, 8-3 against the spread, underdog wherever, home road 8-3. The public's all over the Bills. The line hasn't moved a bit. Stayed at 5, and even like 5.5. Bills are getting slaughtered. Obviously, rightfully so though, because they look so good. But this line isn't moving at all, and the Dolphins look like they're legit. Conference dogs of 6 points or less since 2019. 216, 141 against the spread, which is a 61% clip. It's pretty damn good for a trend, especially with that large of a sample size.
Oh yeah, the populace.
And this is the last number I'm going to hit you with. This is more of a weirder one, but I think it's kind of interesting. Teams that are allowing 14 points a game or less through 2 weeks, they're 25-19 straight up in week 3 since 2005, but they're just 14, 29-1 against the spread when they're favored by 3 points or more. They only cover at a 32% clip.
You are like a computer, bro. You just spit out these facts.
I find them and I repeat them for the people so they can make good bets.
Listen to the man. He knows what he's talking about. He's on a heater.
I'm 21-11 this season, baby. Ride the hot hand until I inevitably have a 4-12 week and my record goes in the pooper.
I hate to tell you, fade him on this pick.
Nope.
Gotta go with what's been working for me all fucking year. I'm rolling with the Bills dogs this weekend.
Are you Dog the Bounty Hunter or Tony Soprano? I couldn't tell. Was that Tony Soprano or Dog the Bounty Hunter? I couldn't tell.
It was neither. Dolphins are 18-26 on the road at Buffalo. And the Bills have outscored their 5 opponents 72-17 this year.
Well, that number doesn't mean anything because this game's in Miami, Poppy.
What are you talking about?
This game's in Miami. You said the Dolphins are 18-26 on the road against Buffalo, but it's in Miami.
Oh, okay.
So don't listen to this guy. Take the Fins.
Take Buffalo.
I can't believe you're fading one of my scrote plays. I'm sad.
I have to.
I respect
They've been my train.
That's fine. We're both riding our wagons here. This next game, we're both going against a wagon that we've been riding, but we think it kind of switches up here. Lions going to Minnesota to play the Vikings. Vikings are 6-point home favorites. I think we're both in the Vikings here, correct?
Easily.
Yeah, I think this is a classic Week 2 bounce back spot. I think the Vikings will be good this year. Lions have looked good so far, but I mean, both games at home for the Lions. This is their first road game. The Vikings trying to bounce back off an embarrassing week. I'll take the Vikings here with the points.
Yeah, Lions are horrendous on the road against the spread, historically so. And the Vikings are just too good to play 2 shitty games in a row. They played horrible. They could have beat the Eagles, I think. They were given opportunities. They just played like shit. It should be a bounce-back game for them, but you never know. Lions could easily cover the 6.
Philly could have ran away with that game a lot more than they did, for sure. They looked very 100%. Good, but they definitely could have ran away with that a little more. Obviously, the game plan changes when you're up big early, but still. I'm on the Vikings there. I don't know if we want to harp too much on that one. I feel like that's kind of a classic bounce back Week 3 after that Vikings loss.
Not much to talk about there. I think this next one we might have a little more of...
Everyone's going to be loving the Lions, rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean, I would respect it if you were on the Lions, but we're not dweebs like you, so... Not
What's
you,
the next game, my friend?
The viewer.
What's the next game?
Eagles -6.5 at the Commanders.
I think we're both going to agree on this one, too, I'm assuming.
Definitely not.
You're not on the Eagles? I'm on the Eagles
nope.
-6.5. You're on the Commies?
I'm on the Commanders. I think this is where I gain a game on you.
All right. You got a little logic behind this one, or you riding with Carson?
I just think that the commie backdoor just is inevitable here. I think that they're going to go down by 2 or more possessions within the first 28 minutes. And then probably and then Carson Wentz will somehow just throw 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to lose by
Carson Wentz is a garbage time merchant.
That's what I'm saying. If it was 7, I'd feel a little safer. I have to say, just for the pushability.
You could buy the halfie if you really wanted to.
Yeah, but if I don't want it. But I'm just smelling Carson Wentz fuckery here, so I'm just gonna go with my gut. Eagles are good though. I'll probably regret this, but
yeah, I'm just gonna take the Eagles because I think they're good. They looked really good last week. They almost gave away that game to the Lions week 1, but they were.
No, the Eagles are legit.
They've been up big in both games so far. I don't think the Commanders are really going to be that good. They got shelled by the Lions last week and just kind of made it look closer than it was with a bunch of garbage time points. Which is why I do respect your take because they could get a backdoor here. 7 points in the division game is always pretty big, regardless of who the teams are.
Make no mistake, bro. I don't think they're going to win at all, the Commanders. But covering 7, possible.
Okay,
it's out there.
I'll ride with the Eagles there. They look hot. They're on fire right now.
I think that's the smarter pick, honestly. But if you got balls of actual steel, if you have elephantitis in your balls like me, ride commies.
If you believe in the redistribution of wealth through betting on Washington, take the commies. Yep. Let's hit the last couple of games in this 1 o'clock slate. We got 3 left to talk about. This one is, I would probably rather watch paint dry than watch this game. Actually, I'm kidding. I'll watch any football game. This is probably the worst game on the slate. Texans going into Chicago. Texans going into Chicago, 2.5-point favorites. The Bears are at home. You going to ride with Davis Mills or Jay Fields here and the Bears?
Davis Mills, bro. I said this last week. They covered 10. Come on. What did I say? That's too many points.
You were right.
I think just listen.
I'm listening.
It's two shitty teams, but I just think the Bears are bad. Their coaching is bad, and I have a little trend, a little trolling.
We do it. We find trends. I'm telling you. We go on the internet. We look for these numbers. We say, "Wow, these are the best numbers."
We're the first in inches, boys.
Wow, I can't believe those first in inches boys. They're really smart. They give you great stats. That O'Brien, he's very good at the picks. I'm telling you, he's very good at them.
Texans are 4-1 all time against the spread versus the Bears. I'm telling you.
The FBI came into my house. They found all my betting picks. They were like, "Wow, these are very good betting picks. Where do you find them?"
I love that. I love that impression. It's awesome.
Yeah,
but the Texans are 4-1 all time against the spread versus the Bears, which is pretty cool. So
that is pretty cool.
I'm probably going to follow that trend. Not a believer in Justin Fields, so that's also going to piggyback off that.
I'm not really a believer in Fields here, but I'll take the Bears minus 2.5. Texans offenses look like hot garbage really the whole year. And
Dameon Pierce breakout game?
Could be. The Bears have a good – they did get run all over by the Packers last week, but – I'm going to ride with the home team, who I think has a better defense here. Take the Bears by a field goal. I think this game's just disgusting.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
2 horrible offenses, 2 second-year quarterbacks. This game could be very.
We won't be seeing this on Red Zone too often.
I would doubt it.
This next game, OB, I would actually rather watch torture.
These are two teams that, after last week, have left a very sour taste in my mouth.
No doubt. I feel ill about both these teams, and especially one in particular, one scumbag. I actually hate them so much. Carr can blow my cock. I fucking hate him. He can eat my shit.
The game we're talking about is Titans going into Vegas, right?
Sorry.
No, the Raider. No. Please slander Derek Carr after last week. That was our first inches lock, and they sold
lock of the century.
We said first inches lock of the century. As soon as we said lock, that's when it was over.
I know,
and they were up 20-0 and just completely gave the game away. As soon as we said lock of the all time, that's when it was a loser immediately.
I can't even believe I'll never look at the Raiders again this year to take a bet, ever. I don't trust them.
I'll never look at them the same after that.
No.
I mean, I don't know why we were so confident in that to begin with, but...
And one more comment. Derek Carr wears more makeup than a whore.
You think he wears... He does look like he wears mascara, bro. It is weird.
He's a fucking freak.
Hey, man, if he wants to wear a little mascara... I'm just kidding.
If he wants to wear mascara and then go play football like that...
I get... you know what? You do you, Derek. I'm not going to judge you, but I don't think that's the best way to fire up your teammates. I'll say that. So the Raiders are going into Tennessee as 2-point favorites here.
With mascara,
we're both on the Titans, right? After that couple minutes of talking, I'm assuming we're both taking the Titans.
I will never take the Raiders again in my life. Titans all the way.
Well, I mean, this game...
honestly,
I'm never taking the Raiders in my life. No confidence. I'm never taking the Raiders again, but if the Titans lose, don't cover this. I'm never taking them again either in this. This is insane.
Yeah, we should bet tie.
Last week was so bad. We should both just say this game doesn't exist.
Yeah, for real.
This game will actually probably be kind of fun just because they're both shitty good teams. You know what I mean? They have
it's going to be like a
shitty
shootout.
Probably. It'll probably be fun just because they're two teams that are just mid.
Take Titans,
but have talent.
Raiders blow cock, especially Carr.
Take them with 2 points. Maybe get it to 3.
Nah, take money line. Next game on the slate, the last game on the 1 p.m. Saints -3 at the Carolina Panthers. I'm taking the Saints here. I will fade Baker every week. It's free money. Kamara back. Big Dong.
Yeah, I'm on the Saints here as well. This is an easy one to me. Saints
are
better in every aspect of the game, realistically. The better quarterback. There's better offense as a whole, it seems like.
I mean, we beat them.
Too crisp. Yeah, the Panthers are bad. They're on a 9-game losing streak. Baker's, we said 13 and 26 against. We said 13 and 26 against the spread in his career last week. Now it's, I believe, 13 and 27 because he didn't cover against the Giants.
What did I send you the other week? It was Baker's QBR was a 16.
He had less than a 50% completion percentage against the Giants and 160 yards. Yeah, he looked bad last week. And he started off slow week 1 too. They hit a couple bombs, but I'm not a Baker guy. He's not. For some reason, the public is kind of on the Panthers here. It seems like, as we're recording at least. And
that's amazing.
Whenever we say something, we say where we get a reference on the bet percentage. I look at Action Network, which I believe they take everything from a bunch of different sources, kind of get the general consensus on where the public is. So I just think this is too easy, even though it's on the road in a division game.
I don't care.
I don't care either. Saints -3. They'll cover that easily. Now we're on to the 4 p.m. slate.
So it's the evening, and you've probably lost 3 bets already.
Yeah.
And your fantasy team needs a miracle.
Let's take you to a different place right now. Take you to a different place right now.
The Jaguars
it's 425. It's 425. Your fantasy team is down 56 points. You're doing some math in your head. You're like, I need 70 points from Hollywood Brown, Derrick Henry, and my kicker. And I win. You probably have a couple parlays down the pooper because you took the Jets. And you're like, why the fuck did I take the Jets? Just think about this.
You took the Raiders like an actual pussy.
Yeah, you're on your couch. You got a couple wings in you. A couple brews maybe. Whatever you're doing. And then now it's 4:25. Scott Hansen, it's the witching hour. We're starting some new games.
Kamara just scored his 3rd touchdown of the game. It was awesome.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are going to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. They're 7-point road underdogs here. Chargers favored by 7 at home. Who are you taking in this one?
I'm taking the Chargers just for fun. I don't really care. This game has no meaning for me. I honestly don't even care enough to look up any stats about this game.
You think the Chargers rolling?
Yeah, I mean, we made a vow last year we're never betting the Jaguars again. So.
Well, I'm going to break that vow and take the Jaguars here. T-Law looked good last week. Herbert's still banged up. I'm not going to take any Jaguars trends from last year into account. Or
No.
even 2 years, because last year was Urban Meyer. 2 years ago, they were tanking completely.
Because he was finger popping that girl's butthole.
Yeah, last year was such a mess. I'm not counting that as a trend. They had the worst coach maybe ever. Now they have an actual NFL coach in Peterson. So, I mean, I'll take the Jaguars for 7 points here. I think the Chargers could disappoint in this one. I think this could be a shootout.
I hate both these teams, so I don't.
Yeah,
care.
I kind of do too. But I'll take the 7 points here. I'll probably regret this because it's the Jaguars.
Yeah. I think this next game could be fun.
I think this next game could be one of the better games of the week. Obviously, on paper, it seems like it. The Packers are 1.5-point road dogs going into Tampa.
Ooh.
Who are you thinking?
This is like
Rodgers versus Brady, baby.
Bro, like,
always
I
a fun
think
event.
If you've listened to anything we've put out, this is an easy pick for me at least. Like you know who I'm picking, Rodgers. I think we're
not high on either of these teams really as a collective.
No, but I just think that you're getting the better QB with points. You might as well.
Yeah, I'm on the Packers here too. I have some numbers to back it up. Short road dogs of 3 points or less since 2019, 73 and 54, hitting at a 58% clip. Dogs who have made the playoffs the previous year, 124 and 94 since 2019 to 57% clip. So that's two trends almost hitting at 60 that back the Packers here. And there's no Evans for Tampa. I believe Godwin still might not be playing.
Dude, this is going to be a blowout.
It could be. Even though a lot of the Packers receivers are hurt too, I'll take the Packers here.
I don't care. It's Rodgers still. He still looks like serviceable.
Regular
Brady
season
looks
Rodgers.
Disgusting.
Brady looks a little rough to start. He always kind of starts slow, I feel like. There's been this narrative many times, but at this time he's 45. This time it might actually be true. But I don't really want to fully count out.
He was getting angry last week, though, you know?
Oh, he was tight. But they won, so they're 2-0 still, and they've looked gross. Their division's shit. They'll probably be in the mix.
They're the worst 2-0 team. I'm telling you right now. Maybe not like on paper. I just think the Giants played better than them these last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
in my opinion. I think they outplayed them. I mean, there's no way to actually tell, but I think personally, I don't think the Bucs are anything surprising. Giants surprised me.
Yeah, it's fair. I guess you could take that angle to it, but I'm on the Packers here.
Yeah, me too.
This next game is another gross one, but this one has more of a potential to be a fun gross game than the other gross games that we talked about, like Texans Bears. The Falcons are going into Seattle, playing the Seahawks. I believe right now they're favored by a 0.5 point. They are. I bet you this goes to a pick'em by Sunday. We're recording this on Thursday. But who are you on here? I'm on Seattle. Give me the home team in this one.
Yeah,
Seattle's at the home field advantage.
I can't fade Geno J. Smith. I don't know if that's his middle name initial, but I'm assuming it is because it sounds
Seattle
good.
probably just has the better team, too.
Yeah, Geno's good.
I really don't know how Atlanta's favored on the road here. I don't see it. I'll take Seattle here.
That's really all we got to say about that because...
Yeah, I mean, London and Pitts could be an issue, but it's not like the Falcons have a good defense either. Metcalf and Lockett are still there.
Yeah, they kind of cross each other out. This is a great line. I think that Vegas got this nailed
I figured
perfectly.
This game would be short. This is a weird fucking game. Two gross teams. But I'll take the Seahawks. I'll take the home team there.
All right, last game of the 4:00 slate. Rams -3.5 at Cardinals. Who you got, my son?
Give me the Rams here. McVay is 6-1 against Kingsbury in his career.
Yeah, me too.
They've dominated them in the division the last couple of years, especially since McVay's gotten there. I just think it's a better team. Cardinals got lucky last week. That win's not going to happen all the time. I mean, Kyler Murray just pulled that out of his ass, and the Raiders sold it.
Kyler Murray's a pussy.
I fully agree with you. Give me the Rams here. I just think it's a classic McVay just sunning Kingsbury.
They win by 7.
Probably. They probably win by 10. I would say it's closer to
10 or 7.
3.5. Yeah.
Okay. So if we're taking them to another place, we'll dim the lights down a little bit. A little dinner's been made. You're a little full off the day. You feel honestly groggy.
Mm-hmm.
You feel
sitting on the couch.
You honestly can't even think about anything.
Yeah, your brain is a piece of mush.
Yes.
You've been refreshing the ESPN fantasy app and the Score app all day.
Your thumbs are broken and your eyes are bleeding.
Yeah.
And as soon as Sunday Night Football comes on, your eyes lighten up like a kid when he sees the ice cream man. You know what I'm saying?
Waiting all day for
Sunday night.
Show back in town. That's pretty
Niners
good, right?
favorites at 1.5 points at Broncos. I'm gonna go Niners. And honestly, bro, Obi, you just love to suck Russell Wilson's cock.
Yeah, I'm on the Broncos here. I'm saying this is an overreaction, baby. I think
you're such a puss for taking them, bro.
Or am I sharp?
You're not sharp, bro. Jimmy G back all day. Let's get it.
I'm taking the Broncos here. This game's going to be close. This will be a good game. Give me the Broncos at plus 1.5. It'll probably. I would do it to 2. I don't know if this is a weird game too, though.
Niners.
Neither of these offense. I'm on Broncos here. Give me Denver. See, everything tells me to take the Niners, so I'm going to fade myself.
Russ is just a first-class virgin.
He is a cornball.
I mean, it just seems like we're ranking on the QBs here, but I think it takes into account if they're a virgin or not.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah. Russell's like, I mean, all these dudes are pulling clan, but.
Well, no, I'm not
like,
talking in the actual, like, virgin. I'm talking about, like, he's a
cornball.
Fucking bird.
He's corny. He's doing.
I can't stand him.
He is corny.
I hate him.
He's doing like fake fucking prayer. He's doing like walking out pretending he's like high fiving everyone in the tunnel. Like, oh, hey, what's up?
He's the worst human alive. Man?
He's a cornball.
There's war criminals more respected than him in America at this point.
Yeah, he does get ragged on the internet. But give me if they don't. I've been on the Broncos every week. If they lose here, it's clips for them. I mean, what are they doing?
Nah, you'll be like, next week you'll be like, yo.
You're probably right.
Russ away.
Russ bounce back. Let Russ cook.
Fuck Russ, man. I can't stand that bitch.
Monday Night Football. We're going to end with Monday Night Football, obviously. The second half of my ball sack plays. Dallas Cowgirls are coming into New York, playing the New York Football Giants, who are 1-point favorites at home as of now. I mean, do we even need to say who we're both taking here? It's Giants all day. Ride the hot hand. Dable's a better coach than Mike McCarthy. I don't care what anyone says.
Easily. That's not a question, OB.
Cooper Rush got his win out of the way early. They got their one Cooper Rush win out of the way.
It lines up perfect.
You see that Jerry quote today? He's like, I hope we get a quarterback competition between Dak and Cooper Rush. Like, if Cooper Rush plays well enough to start a competition, that would be great. It's like, oh, what are you saying? You paid Dak $200 million.
I mean, yeah, obviously he thinks that, but, like, because if that means he just – no, but, like, if Cooper Rush plays well, they'll put him in a good position for if Dak comes back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Jerry Jones is tone deaf. How do you say that? That's insane.
That's amazing, though.
It's hysterical. Jerry Jones is an idiot. Giants all day. They're going to – I think they blow out the Cowboys.
Me too.
I think they win this by a touchdown
game.
Plus. Kayvon and the Z's are going to be back for the Giants.
Kayvon over 2.5 sacks, if you can get that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say 1. If you can get Kayvon sack prop, take it. He's going to –
2.5.
Monday Night Football. No, just bet 1. Be smart.
2.5.
Don't get greedy.
Get greedy, bro.
My 2 scrote plays, so the full sack this week. Fins plus 5.5, Giants minus 1. My 2 wagons I've been riding all year. I'm going to continue to do it.
What's the temperature?
I like both their matchups this week.
Of that sack?
It's pretty warm.
Nice.
It's hanging low.
It's hanging low.
Yeah. Just did a little bit on the bike. It's a hot day.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I see the visual now.
For sure. But that's week 3. Thank you guys for listening.
Great slate, OB. I'm hyped.
We have a lot of different takes this week, I feel like. So, I mean, I think this will be an interesting week to follow. A lot of these games look to be interesting.
Who even knows?
Across the board. Yeah, it's week 3. We don't know anything yet still. It's week 3. Like, you don't know anything until even, like, week 6, really, I feel like. You really don't know.
6, 7.
I mean, it's certain things are obvious. Like, we know the Chiefs are good. We know the Bills are good, but we knew that.
But we knew that before, yeah. But like,
we knew that before the season started.
What about the Ravens? What about
the Fin
Bengals?
Is legit.
Yeah.
What's good with the Bengals? Are the Raiders going to be a thing?
Are the Vikings legit?
What's good with Minnesota? Yeah.
What's good with the Titans?
Is Philly a Super Bowl contender? Yeah. What's up with the whole AFC South? Is a shit show. The Colts and the
Bucks. Like, what the fuck is good with them?
There's been a lot of teams that still really we don't know.
Broncos.
So, yeah,
Huge
Broncos,
example.
Saints, and Bucks in the South. We don't know how
the
long
Giants
that's going to be out. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. The Giants have an easy schedule, so they might be a thing. So like
that might play in their favor heavily.
It probably will because they have coaching now. It's not Joe Judge and his crew of wieners fucking coaching the Giants anymore. Thank you guys for listening.
Yep, thank you.
We love all of you. All links in the bio, Twitter, TikTok. Please like and subscribe, follow all that stuff. We really appreciate it. And, that's it. Peace out.
We'll see you on the recap.
Yes, sir.
Deuces.